My name is Billy Garretsen, and I have a problem where I buy too many Disney Infinity figures. I'm kind of a toy guy to begin with. I like collecting toys, and that's a big thing for me. And at Artcraft, I'm the UX design lead. It's kind of like my job to make sure that all of the intent of the design team is put into the hands of the players, and that the user feels like everything feels really nice and seamless. Beyond just the UX itself, I try to really hold together the Crowfall brand from the inside of the product and the outside of the product. I wasn't always into design. In fact, my background is primarily in art. Ever since I was young, I just wanted to sit in a room and draw comic books all day. That's actually how I got into games. While I was at the University of Texas getting my art degree, a couple programmer friends of mine wanted to make a game. And we all thought, hey, that sounds fun. That sounds easy, let's do that. It was called Blade of Betrayal. It was a very cheeseball Shakespearean story set in the modern time, and it played like an action platformer, kind of like Castlevania. I was trying to do a lot of the retro throwback stuff before that was really happening. So either I was like late to the party or like way early. Either way, it didn't hit with audiences. Plus, most people who have like pocket PCs are like these like kind of older businessmen, because they were pricey back then. So yet another valuable learning lesson, learn your audience. But at the age of 19, I shipped this game with these buddies, and we actually got awarded Pocket PC Action Game of 2003. That project was not a very good game, but I think as an experience, it was the thing that set the tone and set the pace for my career and kind of my life ever since. Through that game, I had to learn how to design levels, how to not just draw sprites, but animate sprites, how to create logos. I had to learn how to create menus. So basically everything that I do today for a living, I had the crash course on that first product. One of the things that I don't get to share a whole lot, just because it's not like at the forefront of my body of work, is music and composition. But there's something about music, it evokes emotions. Even back when music was really limited, you look at like old retro games where you've got like little melodies in your head, like from Mega Man, and you can just hear the song and you're playing the level in your head. It has that kind of emotional imprint on you. And so a couple times I've actually been able to write game soundtracks in my style. They're not the best music on earth, but they're fun to do, and I really like any opportunity that I can to contribute music to a project. I actually spent almost a decade in a metal band as a drummer. Just like in games, you have to learn how to connect with an audience. My love for making games and my love for making art is pretty equal to my love of making music. I just don't get to do it all that often. I don't sleep a lot. It's because I'm always like trying to push myself to do new things, new projects, new types of creative work. Dedication and persistence is what gets people through making games. Independent game development for me really came to a head when the iPhone came out. Apple really kind of rewrote the rules for what games could be and how they could be consumed when they put up the App Store. And they let little people like me become licensed developers and put our content out on that thing. And so for the first couple months, the first year, it was a indie haven. There was a lot of really cool stuff out there, a lot of really interesting ideas, a lot of really bad games, but a lot of really unique things that you probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. Because mobile was so popular and so successful, a lot of the big developers came over and they brought a lot of their marketing dollars and basically squashed out a lot of the indies. It became very, very difficult unless you had a distribution partner or some sort of marketing help to get your game seen. After college, I got into, I started my proper career in games, and I was making casual games full-time for many, many years. But while I was doing that during the day, during the night, I was continuing my own independent game development and trying a lot of different things. And I think over the course of making the many dozens of games that I've shipped, I think I stopped caring as much about the end result, and I cared much more about the process of making games. I think I have a fascination with tools and tool sets, which is what led me to one of my most important career moves is when I moved to a company called Game Salad. And what Game Salad does is they're a middleware company that allows people who don't have a background in engineering to actually write their own games using a drag and drop logic editor. So a solution that promised drag and drop logic editing to let people like me who had strong design ideas, the ability to make art but couldn't really bring it all together, to let them bring it all together. Oh man, what a great elevator pitch. And so I went over there and I was the creative director over there, and I was making games every single day, and it was awesome. And what was even more awesome about it was how many people in the community I was able to connect with, because that was that brought more joy to me. Like at that point I was all like, I want to help other people get over the hurdles that no one was there to help me, because I was making games before Unity was accessible, before Unreal became open to indie game development. So everything that I was using was a lot of like stitched together homemade solutions to making things interactive. Even with a powerful tool, I saw people struggling just because they hadn't made games. And so I was able to like kind of be a mentor to a lot of these people, and I thought that was really, really fulfilling. After a few years of making products with Game Salad, I left with a couple guys from Game Salad to form a company called Thunderdog, where we were going to do independent game and app development. Running a company is hard, and it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of money. So even though we had a lot of great ideas and we started developing a lot of really cool products, the day-to-day operations start to take over, where I don't have time to make art anymore. I decided that I wanted to get back into focusing on what I'm good at, which is making games full-time, not running a company. And so there was an opportunity with Gordon and Todd. I jumped at the opportunity to come to Artcraft, to tell you the truth. I really get a cool vantage point overseeing pretty much everything that's going on in the game. I think that when people finally get Crowfall in their hands, they're going to be amazed to know that such a small group of highly trained, passionate people could put together something so cool and so fun. I've had a really fruitful career in games so far. The experiences I've had making these games have just really enriched my life a whole lot, and it's, you know, it's forced me to be a better artist, a better musician, a better person, really. Because when I think about what I want my continued role in gaming to be, I want to just connect with more cool collaborative people and change their life the way that they changed mine, and just keep growing and growing and growing as a person.